I've been talking to the Green Party, and I indicated those desires. Plus, to me, it's part of strategy. You don't want to name your candidate early. Before, when you have 12 Democrats up there and all that, wait till they get down to the final two, which now they have. We know who it's going to be. It's going to be Trump. It's going to be Biden. Well, then you wait, because the longer you wait, the more these two will alienate the public. And then when you come in the 11th hour, you'll be seen like the knight in shining armor to save the country. And that's the political strategy. So the later, I tried to tell the Green Party, the later you wait, the better, especially if you come in with someone like me who has name recognition, someone who's going to jilt the system at that point. And then you only got, because if you come in too soon, mainstream media will give you 1 day of press, and you'll get lost in the shuffle. Never hear from you again. But if you come in like at the end of July, you only got to carry it then for 2-3 months to maintain the media coverage on you. And so explaining all that to them, unfortunately, they have a process that they will stick to through thick and thin. You know, like my argument was, look, if you want to become a player, you may have to bend the process a little in which to do it. You need a face to your party. Someone who, when they look at that face, they recognize that face with the Green Party.
Absolutely.
You don't have that. You don't have it. I offered it to them to be the face. And they told me I would have to go to the convention, and then if Howie Hawkins did not get 51%, the delegates would then be free, and I would win in a landslide on the second ballot. Well, that sounds lovely. But the problem is I'm 68 now and I have experience. And I remember back in the 90s when I was affiliated with Ross Perot in the Reform Party. In 92, Perot did a remarkable job. He got nearly 20% of the vote across America, probably could have got more if there hadn't been the glitch in his campaign.
Right.
Okay, 96 came. We felt, okay, let's show the world that we're not just Ross Perot, a rich guy from Texas, that we're a legit third party, growing and expanding, so we'll be legitimized. We got 3-time Governor Dick Lamb of Colorado. He was going to be our nomination in 96. It went to the convention. At the 11th hour, the Perot people came in, cut Lamb's legs out from underneath him, and Perot became the nominee again. So I had paranoid about the convention. Plus, every one of my people that I talked to that I truly trust in the political arena told me that was the major red flag.
So could you go into at all who you spoke with at the Green Party and who was?
No, I will not.
Okay.
No, I'm not here I'm not here to trash the Green Party. I wish the Green Party all the best. I want them to succeed. But, you know, unfortunately, there's reasons internally where they're having a tough time of it.
Right.
And I won't go into that. That's their business. You know, and I don't want to badmouth them in any way. I think, the only thing I will say, and this bothered me greatly, was that there was response back asking the question if I was one of them. And I got offended greatly over that. My first question back was, what is one of you? What do you mean, am I one of you? And my point being is, my two most critical issues right now to me, personally and politically, number one is pollution. And I use the term pollution because that's something everyone understands. And that encompasses, of course, global weather change. That's part of pollution because it's caused by pollution. So I take the position of pollution. People get that. And my other position is I am extremely anti-war. Well, shouldn't that be enough for them?
You'd think so. The reason
I
I
would
asked
think
just
those two major positions are right in line with them, and yet there was question out there whether I would. And I've run independent. I've never been a part of the Democrats or Republicans ever, and I've beat them twice. I'm undefeated against them, and yet they would question whether I'm one of them. I was offended by that.
So I certainly support the Green Party too, and this show has been a friend of the Green Party. I've actually had every single former Green Party nominee on the show at least twice, I believe. Actually, Jill Stein's been on 4 times. Obviously, I have a great interest in the Green Party. Something that I've discovered in covering the nomination process this year is that there is warring factions in the party, and there's been a lot of controversy over how they've been pursuing a nominee. There's been candidates who've actually spoken out about that. Actually, one of the candidates, Ian Schlackman, has actually dropped out in protest of how it's been undertaken. You did mention Howie Hawkins.
Good. I'm glad you said that and not me, because everything you're saying I understand, but it wasn't my place to say it. I'm glad that you did.
I did just want to ask one other question about the Green Party primaries, because something else
Sure.
that the candidates have been complaining about is that people who are backing Howie Hawkins have been using their positions in the Green Party to kind of interpret rules in his favor. There's one party membership rule, for example. There's another about collecting signatures. And his campaign manager last year actually made a statement about you on Facebook when there was an article about, or a post about you potentially running. She said, quote, "For the record, I think the idea of having this person on our GP presidential ticket is asinine, and I will oppose any move to try to get him considered as a candidate for nomination," end quote. So, I mean, how do you feel about the prospect of people using their influence in the Green Party to keep you from even participating in the process?
Well, it's sad. And it shows that the Green Party doesn't stand for what they're telling people that they do, I guess. And if that's the way they feel, then I certainly made the right decision, didn't I?
Well, Governor, I really do appreciate you being back on the show, and I appreciate your announcement that you're receptive to being a write-in candidate. So, and just to be clear about that, as being receptive as a write-in candidate, that means that you're not going to be endorsing any other party's candidate for president, correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
I'm not going to endorse anybody. And in fact, all I'm saying is there's no candidate for me right now, so I'll be voting for myself.